I used to rent a small one-bedroom apartment in a quiet part of Minneapolis. It was on the second floor of an old brick building, the kind with creaky stairs and that faint smell of dust and history. I had just moved there after a rough breakup, thinking a fresh start in a new neighborhood would help. Rent was cheap, the place was decently clean, and most importantly, it felt private. The apartment's single window faced the street, and across from it was another three-story building. It wasn't a fancy area, just rows of old apartments, corner stores, and a laundromat. At night, the street was usually empty except for the occasional passing car. I liked that. It made me feel like I could disappear for a while. About a week after moving in, I started to notice something strange. One evening, I got home from work just past 10 p.m. I kicked off my shoes, heated some leftovers, and flopped onto the couch. Absent-mindedly, I glanced out my window, and that's when I saw it. Across the street, on the second floor of the building opposite mine, a curtain shifted. It wasn't the wind or a random movement. It was deliberate, like someone had just peeked out for a second before letting the fabric fall back into place. At first, I brushed it off. Maybe someone was curious about the new neighbor. Or maybe it was nothing at all. But the next night, it happened again. This time, I was in the middle of turning off my living room light when I caught the movement in my peripheral vision. The curtain on that same window slid back slightly, then closed. My stomach tightened. I couldn't see anyone behind the glass, just the faint outline of the room, dark and still. Over the next few days, the pattern became unmistakable. Every night, sometime after I got home, that curtain would move. Sometimes just a flicker, sometimes a slow parting, but never long enough for me to catch a face. I told myself it was nothing. Maybe I was being paranoid. But deep down, I knew that someone was watching me. One Friday night, I decided to test it. Instead of turning on my lights when I came home, I sat in the dark by my window, peering out at the building across the street. For 10 minutes, nothing. The curtains didn't move. The window stayed still. Then, just to see, I flicked on my lamp. Almost instantly, the curtain across the street slid back.